Bro, it's taking forever. Okay, I turned on my mic. I have everything on now. We are live.
Is that externally you guys?
Man, oh, I need to close my windows. Not the program, but my actual windows. Because you can hear all the truck going like Wah! And I'll be back quickly. I'll go get a drink really quick.
Yeah, go get a drink. Go get another strawberry yogurt pasta and enjoy and give the audience some ASMR. Basta! Wakey, wakey!
Oh my god, shut
Pasta is
up!
not there.
What?
Oh my god, we are in the game, Pasta.
I know, I got message to send a fucking observer file copy to someone else.
Okay, pipe down. Mister.
Jesus
In the
Christ.
game, the lineups are there, and we don't see a can opener for Fumes. I hate this already. Fumes lineup is gonna be double 50B, one chieftain. It's gonna be 8 IS7s, double CS, 1 Nino, and 1 STLV.
Wait, which lineup did you read? Oh fuck.
Fumes
Dopa has 250B, 5 BZs. What is this? 5 IS7, 2 CS, and a K91. They're cooking. Alright, I need to.
Yeah, you are a professional caster, Pasta.
No, I'm
You're
getting
only
message
broken,
from
that's the
people right now. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you're so popular. I mean, we see a pretty standard split so far from the side of Fumes, but also from the side of Dopa. They have tanks going towards the bowl and towards the middle, but Fumes only has 2 CS going towards the hill. I think external and C's. No, they will not go up.
Fumes actually committing first into. You're not actually getting tracked in the open, getting cooked already.
That's not the
And-
problem though. External and C's crossing to the donut and they will
They're
bleed
bleed a lot. Oh my god, external dies, Dua is dead, it's already over.
Yeah, it's over. It's cooked already. What is this from Dreams? Pasta, can you explain to me what Fumes is doing?
Well, I
Because
was
I'm
busy doing something and I was sending messages to people because they were asking for observer mod. No, Fumes is just suiciding.
Yeah, like
They committed first on the 1-2, which makes them bleed like 2 tanks to all the tanks of Dopa. And then I'm not sure about the 2 CS crossing from middle as well.
yeah, I'm not sure about that because the only realistic thing you should do in this is take around the hill. because you are gonna get fucked from this cross. We saw external instantly blowing up, and we also saw C's taking one shot and then just dying in the brawl. This is I don't want to say it out loud, but I will have to say it. This is gonna be a quick match, I think, Pasta. If Fumes continue to play like this. I mean, there's already only 2 tanks left. It's the 907 of Nexus. Nexus fighting against his own team, against his old team actually. And we have the STRV of Kiwi still remaining, sitting on the red line. Camping.
Well, there was a quick first game. It's 2 minute 10 mark.
That's gonna be really important if Fumes also goes to tiebreaker, because tiebreaker is decided with or decided on fastest attacks. So yeah, that might be important for the side of Dopa.
I'll double
He's
check.
actually crashed.
I have to double check if I have have the voice chat muted. I have it muted,
Voice
right?
Bro,
Well, yesterday was.
you were actually cooking the guys. Yeah, pretty clean sweep from the side of Dopa. We see Chopper being top damage with his K91, and yeah, we have no tank from the side of Fumes doing from the side of Dopa doing 0 damage, while on the side of Fumes we have 3 tanks with 0 damage. One of them being external in a CS, and the next tank is C's in another CS. So yeah,
Well, external didn't even get to click at all. He just
yeah.
bombed.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, we should also take a look at the other game that's running in the meantime. It's the Duna against Crack game. For those of you that are watching our broadcast, you can watch that game on the stream of OP, because he's streaming it with
Less
delay.
shorter delay than me.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have made sense for us to cast this game. So yeah, but as far as I can see, wait, I can't see what the current standings are.
Well, there's currently 2 games being played simultaneously. The game between Donner and Stacked, and then the game between Fumes and Dopa, which is what we are watching right now. And there's gonna be a 3rd place match and then a grand finals. 3rd place match and grand finals will not be played simultaneously. Actually, we're gonna watch the 3rd place match first, and then the grand finals. Anyways, dominant start from Dopa, but
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, they were the favorites going into the series, and yeah, let's just say after what we've witnessed yesterday from the side of Fumes against Employed, where they barely beat them tiebreaker, yeah, I was hoping for them to be more locked in, but so far they are a bit sleepy still, I think, from yesterday.
yeah, they got hammered yesterday and they're still, I don't know, recovering from it, I guess. They got hammered by Employed, which they didn't expect at all to reach the tiebreaker.
I mean, they got packed up by the GOAT Big Tanker. That's an honor. Almost packed up.
Packed up by the employed people. What a dishonor for the
Imagine-
unemployed
imagine
people.
Imagine being unemployed, playing the game all day, and you still lose to people who actually have a job and pay taxes. Fucking losers, man.
Anyways, we go into our 2nd game of Cliff.
Yes. And hopefully this time Fumes will be a bit more, will put up a bit more resistance, let's say it like that. I mean, they switch up their lineup. It's gonna be double PC, it's gonna be, wait, how much is it? It's gonna be 8260s, double CS, and triple 907. Also though, Fumes has 3 spectators. Keep that in mind.
Ah, Dopa
Kinda
has
clash.
250V, 7 VZ, maybe double to 60 and triple CS. Interesting to see triple 907. I guess they're trying to brawl out 1-2, and
Yeah.
I think Dopa is gonna read that lineup and try to fight towards the middle. Yeah,
Also, Pasta. Well, actually,
it's a
only 2
hurricane.
CS and 1 Hurricane.
It's a hurricane.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, okay, no, but the tanks of Dopa are already starting to shoot. I don't know who.
Well, they're already taking damage from each other.
Yeah,
I can
mean,
see
they're
that.
trying to make it. They're trying to make it easier for Fumes, probably. Already reducing the HP. Alexandros is gonna be crossing towards the
Alexandros is
forward.
gonna get surprised here. He might die here by the
He
260s.
will die. He will die.
Ba-ba-ba-bam.
Oh my! Oh!
Hello? Oh, he survives. Oh, there we go. What a shots from the 260. The Fumes tanks now have to flip towards their side with some of the 260s as well to stop Dopa from over pushing the middle. Taylor leaves the ramp to give up the middle, which is good play by him. He's not gonna get caught. In the meanwhile, Dopa is trying to go up the hill. Florian is getting nuked right now. Minus 2k. Is there any more damage to be coming in?
Yeah, Verby already.
Burby taking some shots. Taylor! What?
Wait.
Did he crash? Okay, that is one thing happening.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
I guess. I mean that's really cooked though for the side of bench. I was gonna say
Side of
for the
Fumes.
side of Fumes because
Well, they
The
failed to
position
kill
on
the
the rock.
they failed to kill the tanks who's up the hill. Actually, way too crazy has a farm angle onto Verby. And I don't think that is communicated right at all because their Fumes is
The thing
repushing into
though-
the middle for no reason. I feel like.
I don't know as well. Why are they repushing into middle? They are bleeding so much for this. I mean, they also have the they also I don't know. They have
Like-
the worst positions. That they are just dead for this because they are pushing into a crossfire of the tanks of Frodo, Tank Base, and the CS as well. This is over again, I think.
They had good bleed onto the BZ going up, and then way too craziness 907 was farming them, but I don't think that is communicated at all because if way 2 was just farming them, they had no reason to repush the middle. Or even if they repush, they should have repushed from Dopa's side, from the southern side.
There's literally no reason in like there is no reason whatsoever to repush the donut. The only thing that you can do and that you should do is pull out more tanks from the bowl and put them towards the B line or towards B5 actually to give way to some support on towards the 907 of on towards the CS of Decent and to also create some more crossfire on the tanks on hill. But yeah, the way that Fumes just did it, they threw away the tanks again, and they had a really good starting position.
Well,
because they picked up the CS, the Hurricane from Alexandros for free.
Well, they did pick up the Hurricane, but one thing you missed out is they didn't cross anyone to the rock where Duo was playing.
Yeah.
So they have 0 crossfire whatsoever. Anyway, Simon just hiding, trying to extend the game time.
I mean, the problem also being that the CS of Telu
Just crashed.
full HP crashing, and his position is so important. Everybody that has played Cliff and Comp before knows how important this position at the rock is for crossfiring the hill and for also crossfiring the middle because you can stay unspotted there.
Where did he even
But-
die?
The CS of Telu?
Yeah, where did he
Yeah,
even crash?
he just drove down. I think
Oh.
he was going towards the rock and then he just drove down and instantly crashed. Full HP. He didn't lose a single point of HP. And he did 0 damage. I mean, I guess somewhat of a curse that Fumes are having their CSs go out of the game with 0 damage, or that they have one of their CSs go down on 0 damage. Yeah. I mean, just like that, it's already over.
If you ask me though, like 1 or 2 260 should have crossed to the rock on the donut side. And then like half of them should be aiming from the southern side and the half of them should be aiming from their side. And I think
Yeah.
there's I think if you ask me, Taylor should have stayed middle and tried to bait them into over pushing them, and then the 260s can farm them over pushing.
I don't think so. I mean, it can work out in middle, but keep in mind though, the CS is not gonna do anything in middle because they have the angles on him. They can just over peek him there. they bleed one shot from the donut because they can somewhat play safe in the rocks. And yeah, like I think Tylo leaving was the right choice, and him going to the rock was also the right choice. But yeah, him crashing was not the right thing.
I mean,
yeah.
Taylor just being a Giga Chat with a gentleman, being a gentleman to Dopa. Well, Dopa loses
Yeah,
CS
trading the
instantly, and
CS.
Taylor
Yeah.
giving away his CS as well.
Yeah, no, like I don't know. Both of these games look really good, or both of these games, not both of these games.
The
Both of
the
these
one game.
games, Fumes didn't look convincing because the first game they just did a stupid push, and the second game they did a stupid push as well, but they had a really good opening and they had a really good opportunity to actually
Actually,
try and win the game.
Yeah.
Let's say win the game to try and win the game, because they bled so much. The tanks of Dopa, but yeah, I mean,
the positions were fine though, and the one thing
Yeah.
I like to say though is like BZ boosting up the hill was kind of an error from side of Fumes, if you ask me, because one of them should die.
I mean, you mean the tanks of Dopa?
Yeah, thanks of
Yeah.
BZ boosting up the hill, and they had
Yeah,
the
I-
entire 260s on the one to aiming for that, and they don't kill them. It
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
make
the
sense to
ti-
me.
The timing is really bad. I think what Dopa was trying to do, or what Dopa anticipated, was that the Fumes tanks would instantly, after blowing up the CS of Alex, Alexandros, they thought that they would rotate to the other side, or to their own side of the donut, and that they would maybe have a timing to drive up the hill. But it was the opposite. The Fumes players actually stayed there and completely annihilated the BZ of Florian and Worry, I think. Those were the two BZs going up. But yeah, in the end, Fumes not being able to profit of that, because yeah, they just panic, they just do a not so smart repush, and they throw away all the advantage that they had. Because yeah,
Yeah,
the thing is as well, you don't, and I think that's the thing that Fumes has done in the past, also in the games yesterday against Employed. They tend to overreact to play really aggressive, but sometimes it's way too smarter to just keep your cool, play it a bit more slowly, more controlled, and to think about the choices you are going to make, or the choices, the plays you are going to do. Yeah, I mean, never mind.
we go
Fumes
into our
over-
we go into our
Yeah.
third game, second
we
map,
go to
Westfield.
third name. It's gonna be Westfield, and
Oh,
if for the side of Fumes, it's the classic. It's gonna be 4 can openers, one less than the other days. Double IS7, a lot of 260s, one CS, one STRV, and one EBR.
Dopamine S. What is it? 9 260s, triple CS, one STRV, and double EBR.
Yeah.
Double EBR for the side of Dopa and single EBR for the side of Fumes.
I like those single EBR from the side of Fumes.
Oh, this is the first
Ah.
time I see the can openers pick from Fumes, and then they're not actually gonna fight the top side. They're going for the city for all. And this is an interesting route from the 260s of Fumes, like Nexus, Big Bow, which they don't give a crap about where the Dopa tanks are gonna be at. Oh my god, Dopa's actually gonna get caught
really
here.
Careful though.
Well, we have a
Okay.
death train coming in from the side of Fumes with the, what is it, 6 260s. They're just gonna
This
dump.
might be good.
They're just gonna
This might be
dive.
good. Yeah, this is really good because they can also just ram the tanks of Dopa. The focus fire has to be on point here. PM already taking shots. PM going down towards 500 HP. Can
Wait.
somebody pick him up?
Yes, they do. And Dopa tanks try to find sanctuary in the houses down there, but
it's not
but-
really coordinated.
but it's not really good for Fumes right now, because they're like
Yeah, it's not
isolated.
coordinated.
Yeah, some things are getting isolated. They're not focusing fire right now. Big Boy is kind of safe now though, but
I mean, it's still, it's not that coordinated because we have tanks of Fumes going towards the houses, clearing up the houses, and then we have tanks like Witch and Nexus going.
Well, they do clean up the
Fully
houses,
inside.
but they don't have any positions with the 5 tanks stuck
Yeah,
in the houses. The big boy's now gonna die, and the HP is now flipped again to the side of
But
Dopa.
what cost Pasta? They picked up the tanks in the houses and they picked up some of the tanks in the middle. But
They're
lost
stuck
it-
there. They
they lost it to 60 of Nexus, of Big Boo, of which the realistic play in this scenario should have been to push down, push with everybody towards the houses, clear the houses, and continue leaving towards your own base again. But yeah, now they're stuck. They
Now there's-
are basically not able to
they're
defend.
basically 4 tanks down right now, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And the
And
middle
they
is
pick it
somehow dying as well. Oh, Simon picking up December. Okay, he actually picks
Yes.
up the EBR. So they have some map control to play with.
Yeah, but keep in mind they still have the EBR of Alexandros on the other side, who's still full HP and who is able to rotate out and play against Simon if he wants to do that. Because
External actually leaving with the CS. This might be a little bit of game changer.
what might be huge though is the STRV of Chopper getting spotted actually, and he has to leave now. But he doesn't get bled for it by the can opener of Alex. Alex needs to be careful as well now because he's only on 900 HP. Yeah, the game somewhat stabilizing now, but like we said, Pasta, there is 4 tanks for the side of Fumes basically out of the game, and I don't think they can leave just now because the EBR of Alexandros is probably going to spot it if they try and leave. And as soon as that happens, the 260s
These
that
are just-
currently staying under the bridge, Tiger, Frodo, and Profuse, they will just drive up.
They're just
again
gonna
and beat
destroy them, yeah.
Yeah. And at the
And
same
and
time-
and it's attacking for Fumes as well, so they have to make a play.
yeah.
So what
I was
what
gonna
Fumes
say-
has to do is they have to try to force the fight on the other side of the map to free up these 4 tanks stuck in the city. Like they can't win with the 4 tanks stuck right now. They're actually down a lot, counting those HPs.
Yeah, the setup that that the side of Dopa has is really good at the moment because yeah, Fumes can't really push out the A line. Alex even taking a shot from Chopper in his STRV, trying to overpeak for him, and yeah, like
Taylor bleeding as
goodness,
well.
Taylor
Where are
bleeding
they
as
getting
well.
bled from? Oh,
He-
Frodo actually
he got
moved
bled
up
from
there to
Frodo.
get a angle on him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he can do that. He bounces the kill shot though, which allows Tyloo to put in one more shot.
But
The
Taylor is
CS
just a
and the
dead man
EBR
here.
also
though.
bouncing the shots actually, or missing the shots from the K line.
But Taylor is essentially a dead man here. He can't stay safe from all of those things.
He should bleed Frodo as much as he can before he
Mm.
dies.
If he gets spotted, he's a dead man. He should just stay topped. If he gets spotted right now, the CSs from the K-Lane can just kill him right now.
No, but like I don't see a chance how Fumes is gonna win this one because the only play that I can imagine them doing is that's exactly what they're doing as well. They are rotating the IS-7 out towards the A line the full way, which is gonna take some time, but it's the only choice.
It's the
that we
only
have.
choice, yeah. It's the only way Fumes can win
Repush-
this game.
Yeah, to repush down into the houses in A0.
Oh, they actually catch a
time.
timing here. The tanks from the city are actually leaving unspotted. This might be huge. Seas does knock down some trees, so Dopa will be able to see that and have an idea of what's going on. They actually leave with 3 tanks, like, and 2 of them are healthy 260s actually.
Alexandros is gonna drive up again. He might be able to spot the last. Yeah, he spots the last 260 leaving, so they now know that tanks left. I think.
Did he? No,
I-
he didn't. He didn't get spotted.
Okay.
They have
Okay.
observer mod for both teams. He didn't
Okay,
get spotted.
because I saw him shoot, or I saw a shot, so I thought he got spotted. No, but Dopa already anticipating it, or more likely Chopper already anticipating that Fumes is gonna rotate. He's gonna play towards A0, meaning that the 260 of Sunshine, who is staying at C6, he's gonna see a probable push on towards the A line early, and the STRV of Chopper is or will be able to farm really early for them.
Well, 3 minutes 40 seconds mark. External just staying, waiting for the i7. So I think he's gonna turn his turbo mode and start boosting one of the tanks.
Yeah.
Kiwi also rotating with his STRV as well to help the north side push. But thing is, that they only have 3 minutes 30 seconds left. They have to somehow kill Sunshine, Frodo, and Chopa Misha, and then they need to start capping. But Alexandros in his EBR, as you said, is still alive and gonna be able to get the entire reset. So I don't know.
The thing is,
the
the thing is as well, Pasta, they missed their timing on the A line push. The IS7, I don't know, whoever it is that is still on the K line.
That is
I think-
Hasaka. He has low HP, so I guess he's staying there.
Yeah. I think if possible, he should left as early as possible, only leaving the EBR of Simon on the K line, because you can't push it anyways, and you can control it somewhat if the EBR is gonna see it early enough.
Anyways, the
And-
push is actually coming from side of Fume. Seas dies with his 260, and there's only Ziray and Lip in the two tanks pushing into the corner, which is not gonna be enough against Chopa Misha and his STRB with full HP, and Sunshine and Trufus is actually gonna contribute as well, and it's over.
Yeah, like I said, Fume's missing their timing on this A-line push. It could have worked out as long it would have worked out while Chopper was still back on the ridge at B6, B7. So yeah.
Thing is that the opening from Fumes was very good, but their execution was terrible. The call was the right call. It was the best call actually, but they had one tank driving like this. Who was it? I think it was
It was Big Boo.
It was Big Bo driving in the middle and just getting caught, and then Nexus and Witch as well driving into wrong spots, and they're just dying. Like, it's not technically a wrong spot, but they're just going there solo, which means they're just gonna get caught and be killed easily.
The thing in this is that you have to do something coordinated. What you can do is push everybody to where witches and try and farm the tanks in the houses in the city from there, because there are positions where you can stay somewhat safe from the tanks that are sitting at E6, A7, but it's kind of scuffed. And the other play is, and I think that would have been the right play, to just push everything
towards the city, to stay safe.
And try and somewhat volley the tanks of Dopa that ran there to their safety, and after you pick them up, just try and leave and see if you can get out of this alive, because once you commit to this driving down, you are gonna bleed so much anyways, because you're pushing into a crossfire still, and yeah.
Well, also one thing I like to highlight from that push is also they 260s not being coordinated is one thing, but all the can openers on the Fume side who stayed on the top side, they bled heavily from all the tanks from the K line. They as soon as they know they cannot shoot the city tanks, they should have tucked in and saved all their HP.
Yeah.
They kept peeking and they lost all of their HP. Look at Alex right now. He was very low HP from a long time ago.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit more close, 3-0, but a win nonetheless for the side of Dopa. And remind me again, Pastor, what is this? What?
Oh, my phone is alarming. Give me a sec.
Bro's getting an alarm.
Wakey.
Alarm to nap. No, but what kind of best of is this, Pastor?
Huh? Sorry?
What kind of best of is this? Best of
Best of seven.
Yeah.
So Dopa has 4 match points.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are on match point already, and yeah, I mean the first 2 cliffs were not even close. This one was a bit closer, and Fumes could have won it if they
Actually
would have played it out
coordinated,
clean.
If they coordinated the push well, then they would have got this game. But
Yeah, and also shows in the damage numbers. Look at the damage numbers. We have the 260 of Big Boo doing 900 damage, the can opener of Funero okay. I think he was getting played a bit much. The 260 of Witch as well, and also the 260 of Nexus, they are basically doing nothing. 3 shots each, and Big Bow are only doing 2 shots of damage. So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
This,
I'll say it again. The can opener shouldn't be dying like that.
yeah, he shouldn't. But the thing is, I like the initial thinking of Fumes on this.
Yeah, the
They
call,
were
the call.
quick
I
on
liked it.
reactions, and you have to and you have to somewhat give them credit for it, because it was a really good opening and it was a really good reaction. But yeah,
Yeah, it
sadly
didn't
the
work out for them.
execution is
Execution was pretty bad.
dog shit. Yeah.
They had like
I mean,
yeah, 3 tanks going solo one by one. I guess
Yeah.
Wave 2 was the entry, so him dying is not really a big deal, but the other 3 tanks, that one was going under the bridge, the other 2 was trying to go under the hill where the EBR was, and the other was going towards the city, like that shouldn't be happening.
actually, Fumes now calling for a 2-minute timeout. They want to mentally reset before playing the next game. Apparently,
Well, they have
Possibly
to
going
they'll
over
have
strats
to
again.
they'll have to pull off a reverse sweep to make it to the grand finals. This is only single elimination tournament bracket, so there's no lower bracket. So if they lose,
Yeah.
then they're knocked down to the third place match.
Yeah, like this is instant elimination basically that they're facing. I mean, not really elimination, because they, like you said, still have to play the third match, the third place battle against the side of Döner by the looks of it now. But that's not gonna be an easy matchup either. And even if Dopa is or was the stronger team from the beginning, you still need to start giving or putting up more resistance against Dopa, to also warm up a bit and get a good mental for the upcoming game against Dopa, against Döner possibly. Just to, I don't know, I feel like World of Tanks or the comp games, the comp series, are always also a thing of the mental. Like, if you are getting bent over 4-0 by Dopa and you didn't really put up a fight, yeah, it's
not really looking good.
yeah, because then the mauling starts, everybody is pissed, everybody is annoyed, and yeah, Fumes would do good if they pick up at least one round against against Dopa, and to, yeah, at least show some kind of resistance. What is this yapping in the tournament channel?
So
In tournament chat?
apparently Fumes called a timeout, and then what Sard intended to say was 30 seconds left in the timeout, and then he just types 30 seconds, and people thought there was 30 seconds before entering the game instead of the timeout being over, so they unspectated and shielded all of their tanks.
What is this message by Ferret?
Oh, I shouldn't show this on stream.
It's okay. You're cooked anyways, Pasta. Whoa.
Yo!
That's crazy. Yeah, now you really have to close the chat. Otherwise, the viewers are gonna be really, really, how do you say it? They are gonna think what type of players are in fines. I mean, yeah, going into the second game on Westfield, and again, we have 4 can openers getting picked by the side of Fumes. It's, yeah, basically mandatory at this point. The double IS-7 and it's gonna be 6 to 60s, 1 CS, 1 STRV, and again 1 EBR.
Dopa is double BT, triple Ken opener, 5 IS7s, triple CS at STRV and EBR. I think Dopa is actually gonna try to fight for topside, which Fumes actually wanted to do every single Westfield game they played in.
Yeah, I mean, also I think we need to check. Pasta, has Kiwi actually played another tank in this tournament or in these playoffs apart from the STRV
STRV?
or another triangle?
Hmm.
I'm actually curious. But yeah,
The Fumes
I
tanks
mean,
are gonna be poking over the ridge. They spot Furby and Ferret,
yeah,
and
but
not the rest.
positions,
But Hasaka actually making into the hold down without bleeding any HP. So the positions for Fumes right now is actually better than what Dopa has.
I mean,
And
the
PM and
things
PM and
that-
Alexandros are like only 2 tanks there. They're gonna be start bleeding. Nexus Eagle peaks and bleeds 700 HP though. But at the same time, the Dopa tanks are taking the zero line with the double CS and the EBR. So they need to
was gonna
be
say-
they need to start trying to trade against these tanks, or they're just gonna get locked in and just die.
No, they need to do something. They need to take positions. They need to bleed these tanks
Oh,
off the
Kiwi's
side of
Kiwi's about to
Dopa,
get spotted by
PM
December.
and Alexandros. Yeah, like I mean, that's again a bit slow reactions from the side of Fumes. Kiwi getting spotted.
Oh,
Kiwi taking
Alexandros
one
getting
already.
heavy damage down to a one shot. PM
Yeah.
blowing up as well. Ziray driving towards Ferret to try to spot the STRV shooting him, but Chopa
Nice.
Misha is
Ferret
double
going
pushed,
down
so
as
he's
well.
never gonna get spotted. They need to be forcing more fights here though, and they need to somehow drive one tank to go proxy the STRV. Otherwise, they're just gonna get bled to the STRV and just die here. Chopa Misha just
Yeah.
clicking every 5 seconds and farming all of his damage right now. It's
Yeah.
not looking good for Fumes.
This is cooked. This is cooked again. I think with all the information you have, you need to do a reaction in the top or on the top of the map quicker. You need to play towards the outside. You need to try and pick up PM and Alexandros and also Ferret. Those 3 tanks, they're just isolated. They can't do anything. Fumes has the overmatch. They need to use it somehow because they know that the CSs of the side of Dopa, they are not gonna push up from their base, and they are not gonna try and reinforce the Dopa
Well,
tanks
one
from
thing,
there.
one,
They
one
will
thing I like
go
to
out.
highlight is that the observer mod got turned off, which means the person who had the mod on has just left the game instantly for the
Yeah.
other side. Anyways, Dopa is just gonna pick up the game against Fumes. They were the favorites going into this match, 4-0.
Yeah,
They're gonna be-
and convincingly as well.
Yeah,
Like,
convincingly. Fumes didn't hold any resistance apart from their
yeah,
third
apart
game.
apart from their first Westfield, but yeah, this is gonna be a clean sweep for the side of Dopa, and again, Fumes feeling like that they're not really locked in, because in this scenario, and you have really experienced people on the side of Fumes, you have to realize there are tanks of the side of Dopa out of the game. We have the overmatch on top side. We need to do something now. We need to go into the upper brawl, take the bleed of Chopper, although it's gonna hurt. He farmed 6k, but you need to do something because you are just gonna get crossfired. The EBR of Simon and the STRV of Kiwi, they will just go down in a few. So yeah, there
But,
is only one way, and that's the way forward. And if they just sit and wait, it's not gonna make it better.
Yeah, they waited so long. Like they only started pushing when the STRVs were getting pressured. Like it took so long for them. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is. The game is over.
Yeah, we can now look in towards the OP stream because I still don't know. So the current standing, if I read it correctly, is 2-1 for Döner actually. So Döner being up against Stacked. That's somewhat of an upset actually. Because Stacked being one of the favorite NA teams, possibly even the stronger 15v15 team over the side of Dopa. But keep in mind, Döner got some reinforcements. They
Yeah.
called in their big brothers from the EU server to help, and they got
The big brothers.
yeah, they got Godix actually on their team. For those of you who are watching and don't know, Godix is the Kylie caller from the team that won the Joust League on the EU server, the equivalent to the Summer Series on NNA. So, yeah, Döner actually reinforcing their roster, and yeah, now they are 2-1 up against Stacked, and 2-1 is only 2 rounds away, is only 1 round away from match point. So yeah, Crack
Well,
needs to log
unfortunately,
in
we
as well.
can't watch this game right now since it's in. So let's yap about
I mean, you
whatever.
can just watch the stream.
I mean, it's 3 minute delay.
Yeah, I mean, you can still watch it just for the broadcaster. Just go into the broadcaster and we watch it together, so we can yap some more. Because otherwise, you have to yap for so much without actually a game.
The problem here is that I live in the dog shit country, so I have to watch the stream with 720 quality.
I mean, I can just stream it on Discord to you.
Unfortunately, wait, okay.
Then let me just add you. Give me a second. Where are you? Okay, let me stream it to you. Oh no, it's the wrong screen.
Uh-oh. I've seen it.
So, you've seen it?
It's
Did I leak everything? Okay,
it's over.
I'm cooked.
Why do I hear my own voice?
Switch it up. Now you shouldn't be able to hear your own voice. Okay. Yeah, so basically, it's I think a pretty standard play from both teams so far. Coleman actually bleeding a lot though in his EBR. He's down to a one shot with 56 HP remaining. And on the other hand, Ivory being a one shot as well. But yeah, they are doing a map split basically. The side of Döner has taken control over the one line, and the side of Stacked is going to be playing towards the city. But keep in mind, Stacked is defending on this, so if they are holding the city comfortably, they don't have to do anything.
They have a really good control right now of the city, and they actually pick up the EBR as well. That's actually huge.
That's really huge. Dika and his EBR going down. That's gonna be the healthier of the both EBRs from the side of Döner going down, meaning that now there's only the one-shot EBR of Ivory left, who is currently, where is he exactly? He was last spotted on the one line, so I'm guessing he took either a passive bush in J line, or he's sitting somewhere in C2 maybe even, or somewhere in the D line.
Well, I'm not sure. Like from the looks of it, the other remaining EBR for the side of Donner is also low HP, which means and both EBRs for Cracked is alive, which means they can't really aggressively try to flush out the Hori and push the northern side.
At this point, basically the only thing that Döner can do is try and blind push one side, and that's the 50-50 whether you are going to push out the side where where the side of Cracked has the most tanks, or whether you're going to push out the side where they have less tanks. And even then, even if they push out the arguably weaker side, which is the A line at the moment for the side of Stacked, or for the side of Cracked, the tanks of Cracked are really quick to rotate back, and they can just be back in base quick enough, because the EBR that is still alive, he's gonna see it. So yeah, I think this is already pretty scuffed.
Already pretty much over for Donor. They have to. Their only choices is blind pushing, and like, if they want to blind push North, though, they need to somehow dig out that A3 IS7. Like the tank under the bridge can somehow shoot him, but it's not really gonna be a good angle, and it's gonna take him forever to do that. And as you can see, Cracked is just setting up the rotation tanks on the bridge so they can support the north as well if they push that, and they have all the 279Es at the frontal positions, which means they're just gonna endure the push from the side of Donor if they actually decide to push southern side.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and from the looks on the minimap, it looks like the southern push is going to be happening. Yeah, it's not looking great.